Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Biome Exile SMP. Before we start today's episode, I just want to quickly say a few things. First is, if I sound a little different, it's because, you know, I'm currently recovering kind of from being slightly ill, having a, very stuffed nose and, sore throat and, yeah, just not being able to talk particularly well. So if I sound different and if there are a lot of cuts in between sentences, or at least more than usual, that is probably the reason for that. So hopefully this video isn't too jarring with stuff like that happening. But yeah, that's a few things I want to say before we start today's episode. And in today's episode, we're actually going to be making the collection system for this thing here, the mob farm that we made a few episodes back. But before we can actually do that, we need to get some of the last materials that we need for this, which is roughly 14 stacks of iron. It's a bit less, it's like 13.6 stacks. At least working from the calculator, but I thought we'd just go the whole hog with the 14 because it's not like we don't have any iron at this point. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There we go, and I'll sort that chest out again at some point. And I still need to actually make a second layer and a third layer of these guys, but yeah, this has actually just been fine on its own for now, which is great. The real issue, or not the real issue, but the real reason I didn't really make one is because I actually ran out of villagers. But recently I have got a ton more of those guys, so that is pretty good, and we can, now make those things and populate them, because there's like 50 villagers in that thing, which is pretty damn good. So that's, I think it's, what, 10 for one of these? 3, yeah, 10. You do 2 3s and 2 for 2s. That's 10, so we can in theory make 5 more of these and populate them, and yeah, we could have, so again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and yeah, we would have enough, which is pretty good. But now, this chest contains all the materials that we need for this thing, or it should be, except a few, I think, stone slabs, but we'll get to that one in a minute. But yeah, here's a lot of stuff. We need 20 redstone, 35 rails, 45 redstone torches, 45 repeaters, 45 comparators, 34 trap chests. I think this is 156 normal chests. This is like, I think, 82 stone bricks, and then this is like 1,229 just over, which used to be redstone clay in the creative world, but I'll just go with stone bricks for the moment. And then these chests down here are going to be for the hoppers. So we're going to get those out. There's 175 hoppers. And then in this chest, this double chest down here, which has been hiding here for a few episodes now, has got some stone slabs apparently, and 1,190 powered rails, which is pretty damn good. That's exactly the amount we need. But actually, there is one more thing we need, and I'm going to have to go and make the little thing for it, which is we are going to need 140 blocks of redstone, which means I'm going to have to take all the redstone I recently mined with Silk Touch, and I've actually redesigned this thing. This isn't going to be the final thing, I just kind of wanted to redesign it slightly, because I'm trying to, sort out stuff, but we have a lot of redstone ore here. So what I did with that redstone is I basically did, I looked at the wiki, found I think it's 4 to 5 redstone drop from a non-fortune mine of it. So I basically took the lowest number, which is 4. I divided however many, like I took 140 times by 9 divided by 4 and worked out exactly, I think it's like 5 stacks of redstone that I need without a fortune enchantment in order to get this. So even with our fortune 3 enchantment, which we are going to use on it, we're going to get way more than we need, which is just basically the way I worked it out. So I'm going to have to make these hoppers, and then I'm going to make another fortune tower with some of the other materials I got, so coal, lapis, quartz and diamond, and the redstone obviously. And yeah, we're going to hopefully get enough for this. Well, not hopefully, we will get enough for this, and then we can start making this thing, which should be quite fun, hopefully. And obviously that means we can AFK at that area for more than 5 minutes at a time, which is good. Very, very good. Okie dokie then. So I've made this fortune tower now, as I've said. So we've got a ton of coal. I'm not even sure how many stacks that is. You'll have been able to see in the last clip, obviously. Not that much lapis, to be perfectly fair. It's like probably a stack and a bit. I did accidentally destroy one piece of lapis because I accidentally switched these two around. So I thought I was breaking it with Silk Touch, and I broke it with Fortune instead. I actually got 32 lapis out of it, which is pretty damn good. So we're down 1 lapis on that, but that's not really an issue. Like 5 stacks of redstone, some quartz. I think that's like 29 quartz and 27, I think, diamonds. Might be more quartz, but it's definitely 27 diamonds. But something else I've done as well is I've added some hoppers. These are actually the hoppers that were part of this. So I've used, I think, just under a stack, maybe. And I've done it in a kind of stupid way, like these will funnel around to, you know, go around the circle, whereas I could have just had half of them go this way, half of them go that way. Either way, they're all coming into this large chest because this is going to take a while. I think we had efficiency 4 last time on the fortune pick, and also had no mending. But I think we had efficiency 4, I'm pretty sure, because I think I added an efficiency 4 mending book. Like I had both of those enchantments on it, and I think that's how I got it. So this may be a bit faster, but I think this has got more blocks in it. But yeah, I think it might be a bit faster, or it will be a bit faster than how we were mining last time, but I don't want to have the chance of blocks or specifically really the coal, or especially the redstone, because I'm going to fill in my inventory by the time that happens. But I don't want any of this stuff falling off the edge and despawning by the time I get down. So I just want it to fall in the hoppers. Now, it might fall onto the 3rd or 4th block, but if it comes to that, hopefully, you know, we just get them. But really, the priority here is the diamonds, the quartz, and the redstone. The other two are kind of non-issues. But yeah, enough babbling from me. I'm going to now go to the top, and we can do a little bit of a time-lapsey thing, as we did last time, and hopefully the quality is better this time, because I noticed the file seemed okay, but YouTube kind of ruined the thing, because it was kind of moving too fast, so I'll probably turn particles off and just see if I can, you know, make it look a bit better than it did last time. But yeah, I'm going to do that now, and I'll see you once we've got all the stuff we need for today. We're going to get all this stuff, all this redstone, and pretty much go through it all today. It's going to be quite an amazing feat, I think. And we got this nice 1 block here. But yeah, I'll see you in a second. I'm going to switch pickaxes. I'll see you at the bottom. Okay, so that's now done and over, and I have actually basically got now 2 chests here, because it really wouldn't fit in all in one. I put all the redstone in here, and then I put all the remaining stuff. Now, there is a small chance that some of the stuff that maybe fell back here behind the hoppers might have despawned, but we have enough redstone anyway, and the rest of the stuff isn't too important. I know we didn't lose any diamonds, at the very least, so that's kind of cool. We got 58 out of that, and 61 quartz, which is good, because I think we only have like 60 at the moment. 59, okay, so apparently I spent 1 random quartz somewhere, because I'm pretty sure I had 60. Actually, no, because I had 40 and then 64, so I had to take 5 from that to make the 45 comparators. Makes sense. Okay, so looking at basic calculations, basic math. We need about 20 stacks of redstone, just under 20 stacks, but we might as well take 20 stacks with us to make the amount of blocks we need. So we'll just take all those, and that should basically mean that we get 140 blocks. So that's 2 stacks. So we get the first stack, then we're going to get the second stack from the 18, and then alongside that, we're going to have to get 12 extra. Because we're making 140, which means 128 plus 12 equals that. So this should make 7, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. So we needed 44 on top of that. So that's going to all stay there for the moment, because I definitely don't have enough space in here to hold all that redstone. I'm probably going to have to make a separate redstone chest, or at least compact that all into redstone blocks, and then hold that within its own redstone chest. I'm thinking that's at least what I used to do on the old Communicraft server. This is kind of what this is based off. It's just a very small compact version, because I don't think I'm going to be doing this. I think I'm going to probably build some sort of storage system somewhere on the island at some point. But yeah, that should be, I think, all the resources that we need for this little project, or big project today, bar a few more stone slabs, which we have enough stone. Actually, we don't have enough stone because I used pretty much all of it. But there's a ton of stone down in the mine, not just obviously to be mined up, but there's a few chests down there of all the strip mining blocks that weren't, fortunable and stuff. So just all the andesite, the diorite, the granite, and stone, dirt, gravel, etc., etc. All that is down there. So we should definitely have enough stone to make what we need up here in stack. In fact, those 3 stacks or 4 stacks in here should be enough anyway to make what we need to make. So yeah, I'm going to go up there, I'm going to plan this thing out, and hopefully everything goes to plan. We're not going to die, hopefully, this time, because we've got some Feather Falling 4 on these now, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to take all this up there, and yeah, I'll see you up there and we can start building this thing. Okay, so now we're here up at the killing platform, basically, or the well, yeah, I guess it's the killing platform in a sense, and I've already marked out a few of the things that we're going to need to do. So this is actually going to require us to build under this thing, quite obviously. Otherwise, how do we get the minecarts under there? Which is another thing I actually haven't built yet. So we should have enough iron in there anyway. We'll get to that later anyway. But yeah, I've marked out. I did this on test mod, obviously, same design and whatever. And I've worked out that it is 7 blocks, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inwards from each corner, I guess, would be. I don't know if it's technically, it kind of is a corner, I guess, in a diamond. And basically what we're going to have to do is build out so that these basically line up. So it's going to be, have 8 points. Yeah, 8 points to it, which is going to be kind of nice. It's going to be like a star, I guess. I think it looks better with the 8 points than it does like this. For some reason, but the reason we have to do that obviously is because I want to keep the minecarts all traveling the same distance, and like stuff drops like this far out sometimes, or yeah, I guess this far out each sometimes. So we're gonna have to basically make sure we're covering the entire area. These ones out the very edge probably aren't gonna pick up anything rarely, but it's nice to make sure that we can do it, and we have the rails and we have the iron and whatever. So yeah, it's all going to get done. Speaking of rails, I just realized I haven't brought them up. They're in a different chest. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I've built under here with some stone already. I'm going to have to basically destroy this block here, and I'm going to have to do that on all sides, I think. And then we're going to get this done. So I'm going to see you once I've marked out, I guess, all of this stuff. And I should have enough stone slabs as well. Now I made 12 stacks because I just had 6 stacks of stone. And yeah, I'll sort out all that. We're going to probably have to get rid of a ton of this stuff anyway because, well, 1, nothing's going to spawn because Lord Oprah's on. And 2, we need to place down rails, obviously, and redstone or whatever. So, we're going to have to get rid of all this to place that down because it's only going to be a block underneath. But yeah. Enough babbling, I'm going to get onto that, and I'll see you after. You know that moment when you've realized, hey, I've done this wrong, I've screwed up. Yeah, I just had that. So I went to my not my spare world, but my testing world for this, where I kind of built the actual thing, and I realized all these blocks here are actually supposed to be 1 higher. These ones are actually in line with the 7 are actually going to be the border, because the interior blocks, instead of the corner, if you know, for starting from here and ending with the one before the corner, should be 35. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. And 35 is our magic number because that's the amount of rails we have, and, well, minus 10 off of the comparators, repeaters, and torches, because we have 10 sorting systems down here, is 35 as well. I just realized those pop in. I need to kill those guys at some point. They're starting to be laggy, as you can see. But yeah, I am going to have to go and rebuild this entire thing, which actually, if I just do these bits, it shouldn't be too hard, because I do this, and then I can go from the top area first. But yeah, could have gone better. Definitely could have gone better. I guess I'll see you once I've actually made this properly and not mucked up again. Okay, so this is all done now. Took a while, but we eventually got there. I actually used quite a lot of stone. This stuff can go later, though, because we do at some point need to start building out this area, because we've got to build, I think, well, you know, this is going to be I think this block is going to have redstone torches on it to power the... Anyway, this is going to basically be where the hoppers go. In fact, these actually should be hoppers, but we'll get to those in a second, because basically this is going to be the collection side. I thought it would be better to have it to the closer side than on our side. And apparently I've got my entities on, because apparently I did that because I was picking up some stuff. But the problem now is we are going to have to take away all of these stone slabs. Now, the good thing about this is the fact that basically none of them are going to fall into the water, because we just have this massive platform here now. But yeah, I have to get rid of all these, and then we can start placing in some of the lovely powered rails. And also on this row here, we're going to be placing normal rails, just to make sure that the hoppers... the hopper minecarts go onto the hoppers correctly to take some stuff off. These are actually going to have to be replaced with... these blocks here on this row are going to be replaced with half slabs, and these ones here are going to be replaced with hoppers. But I will obviously do that when I get all of these half slabs gone. And yeah, hopefully everything goes well. There's spiders spawning. That was a bit of an issue I thought we might have, is the fact that mobs will be spawning, specifically spiders under here, but also we will have mobs spawning on the little cobblestone platform under here, because, you know, obviously, they will, but obviously they're also going to be spawning up there. You can see a spider, so hopefully we don't get shot off or anything. But yeah, I will see you once I got this done. Okay, so that's all built now. We still got ghost minecarts happening, but yeah, I've replaced these out, so these are now going into a set of chests. In fact, we can actually drop down. These are going into normal hoppers, into alternating trap chests and normal chests, you know, alternating. There are 35, 35 times 2, so 70 chests in total here, and these are then all going to filter into a actual filter system, which are then going to filter into 10 different types of item, which are the 10 different types of item that we are able to get from this machine. But before we can do that, we need to, you know, make the actual redstone bit, the bit that's actually going to hold the minecarts here while they drop off their items into these chests, which obviously I've had to change these 2 blocks in particular, because otherwise I won't be able to get into them. Okay, so now I've actually got everything, because I realized I actually didn't have everything, and hopefully I can remember now how we're going to do this. So what we need to do is we need to add 35 more half slabs, 1 for each hopper, and from these we're going to have 1 comparator that is going out. And I've just realized we have a slight issue, because I'm not going to be able to place the comparators, am I? So what I'm going to have to do is something like this, and I have to do them 1 by 1, which is going to be annoying, but we have to do a total of 35 comparators, which is going to be fun. And then I hope that I can basically do everything correctly. So I'm going to have to remove all these. These are the sort of times I wish I had haste. Another time is when I have to do fortune towers. And what I'm actually also going to do is do another layer like this, because then I'm actually able to hold or get to the level where I can guarantee it's going into the correct place. But basically what's going to happen is this hopper is going to go and have a comparator out to there. So what I'm actually going to do is switch these two around so that I can do this. So let's, oh, see that's an issue there. So I will quickly get this done and I'll see you at the next step. Okay, so those 35 are now done. These blocks need to actually stay, but these can actually go. So hopefully everything is fine there. And then I think all we need to do next is place 35 redstone torches on the opposite side, or not the opposite side, but on the outside of these blocks. I can get rid of this one. But now it should just be 35 redstone torches. I'm going to have to shift, so it's going to be a bit slower than I would wish, because obviously I don't want to fall off, and it would take probably more time if I were to... Oh, that kind of is annoying. I'll deal with that later. But yeah, it would probably take more time to place a block in so that I didn't have to shift, so we'll just deal with what we have. And then we're probably just going to have to go up to the top. So we will quickly go up here. And we are going to have to also get rid of these blocks, I've just realized, because this is going to be a thing where we have to basically place this into. So what's going to happen next is we are going to have blocks on top of this, which is going to be quite easy, just 35 blocks here, and then we're just going to have 35 repeaters facing into these blocks. And what that's going to do is that's going to power the redstone, or the powered rail, as soon as there's no blocks in the hopper, but as soon as there are things in the hopper, it's going to obviously stop powering those, or it's going to basically it's going to stop the powered rails existing. So that should actually be all of it. So what I'm going to quickly do is get all the rails together and we can start placing those down. And there's a skeleton, and I'm going to have to get rid of him. Okay, so next we're going to basically start placing these down. What's going to happen is we are going to have to do these sort of lane by lane like this. So you can see this is now being powered, which is pretty good. This one's going to be a non-power block because we want the we don't want basically this to, if this is a powered one, that means that it's going to always be powered, which means the hoppers are never going to stop, or the hopper minecarts are never going to stop. However, the rest of this is just going to be, you know, powered rails. And the reason we have to do it lane by lane like this is because if we do this, actually no, apparently we can do it like that. But yeah, sometimes it mucks up and doesn't play very well. So yeah, I'm going to have to use all these powered rails, 1,190 of these things. And yeah, I'll place these down and I'll see you once they're all done and hopefully working. Oh, doesn't it look lovely out here? We have got all the rails placed down. It was a lot easier than, you know, I expected it to be, because I realized if you put these 3 rails down first, the problem was if I put this one down, this one, then this, there, these two would connect, but if I did all 3, then I could not have to do the switching, which was kind of great, and I could just do the rest. But that's besides the point. Not really something worth talking about, but yeah. Now all we've got to do is place in all of the half slabs back onto here, missing out this line here and possibly this line as well, just so we can have the minecart or hopper minecarts placed into here in the future, and then we'll cover it up once that's all done. And once that's done, we can, you know, before we put in the minecarts, we're going to make sure we have the hopper collection, well, the actual hopper sort of sorting system that we plan to put down here sorted out, which is going to be probably the big thing of this. So it's going to be kind of bare bones for the moment, and stuff has started spawning, which is kind of annoying. It's going to be bare bones for the moment just because I haven't thought of a nice design for the actual sort of wall. But yeah, eventually it will be all covered up on each side. I think probably just a box with a design on it or something like that, or at least this side, because this is where all the kind of actual stuff is happening, because otherwise we're just going to see a ton of hoppers, chests, redstone torches, etc. on this side. So I'm going to have to fill in all this and check on my other world on how I had set up the whole hopper collection system, sorting whatever system below here. So yeah, I'll see you in a little bit once I filled all this in, bar obviously those 2 lines, and we can get started on that down there. Okay, so now we have filled in all this except obviously these 2 rows here and obviously this block, so we are able to get back up, because otherwise we would kind of be stuck. I'm not sure if I'm going to ever cover these blocks up again. They're eventually going to become some sort of wall anyway, so probably not worth it, plus, you know, for the sake of symmetry and stuff, but as you can see, this now has 8 points on it, which, well, this is kind of not a point, but you know what I mean. But now we need to go under here, and we are going to start doing some hoppering. Now, I've realized straight away one issue. That issue is that we need to be a few blocks lower. So I'm actually going to go get a bucket of water, which for some reason I don't have on me, and we are going to get to where we need to be. Okay, so now I've gone and moved it a level lower, which probably still isn't enough, but I guess I'll work out with whatever, you know, ends up working. But for the moment, we are going to have hoppers that basically, well, we're going to have a cycle of hoppers, essentially. So we need to kind of do this, making sure we're shifted, obviously. And what this is going to do is it's going to take all the drops that get dispensed into these chests and cycle them around. What's then going to happen is there are going to be 10 different item sorters, item sorters, I think, is probably the correct name for it. And what's going to happen is those are, once, you know, specific items, let's say water bottle or empty glass bottles, redstone, glowstone dust, bones, zombie flesh, silk, or not silk, string. Basically any mob drop that we can get from this thing. Once those are dropped, gunpowder for example as well, those will be basically put into 10 different cycles of chests, which are then going to, you know, be the way we hold onto our items. That means we can come up here and be like, hey, we need bones, for example, for this. You know, let's say I need a lot of carrots or a lot of potatoes from wherever it is, that thing hiding behind the mushroom over there. Let's say I need a lot of bones, or I need a lot of gunpowder, or for some reason I need a lot of arrows or sticks. I don't want to craft them, for example. Then I can just come up here and do that. And as well, that's going to allow me to not have to worry about collecting them every 5 minutes, which is obviously the point of this whole thing. So that cycle's happened. The annoying thing is we're going to have to lower ourselves one more level down. Well, actually, a few more levels down. The issue here is I'm not sure necessarily how far down we want to go, so I'm going to have to work out how far we need to go. Probably build a platform from there and then build upwards whenever I need to. So that's going to take probably a little while. So I will see you once we get to that point. And we can start building this thing, and then we just have to get the hopper minecarts, and then this thing should be over and done with, which is pretty damn good. Okay, so we're now 9 layers lower than we were before, which hopefully should be enough to get this all sorted out, or at least, at the very least, it should be enough to get the actual system sorted out, and then we can just add the chest at a later point. But yeah, we need everything here. We have these 10 spots, so 5 on each side with a 3 gap in the middle, just because obviously this is got a center of 1 block rather than 2 blocks, otherwise I would have done it differently. And I've also realized one slight issue is that we are going to have to get 41 of every single item that we are going to be sorting. Now, the only issue with that is stuff like the glass bottles, and actually no, I think that's the only thing. Glowstone dust, I think I have 41, but that's like all I have. But at the same time, I can get glowstone from the villagers, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'll do the first one on camera, which should be the rotten flesh one, which I won't actually like set up the actual system yet. I'll just build it. I won't actually put the rotten flesh in it because I don't have that at my disposal at the moment. But what I'm going to do quickly is hopefully set up this system, which should, in theory, go here. And then what's going to happen is we are going to have a block in here. That block is going to be, or that hopper, god damn it, that hopper right there is going to contain 41 rotten flesh here and 4 blocks here. That's what's going to happen. Next, we're going to have to get the stone bricks out, I think, because we want to actually, you know, be building this thing out of something that's going to look okay, maybe, instead of actually just building it out of, you know, normal clean stone. So what's going to happen next is comparator. Also, I do have the redstone, that's good. And next we're going to need some stone and carry on over to this area here. That's going to be like that. We're going to then have that happen, and then we're going to have to lower ourselves down a level, which is pretty easy. I'll pick up those blocks in a little bit. And then next, going to see if we can get blocks in there. That's good. That there, repeater into there with a redstone torch there. And then what's going to happen is this is going to be a chest, and that's going to be a hopper going into that chest. And now what's going to happen is when there's, you know, there's that certain amount there, basically what's going to do is this is going to lock the hopper until it's got more than the amount it needs. Like, basically, yeah, this is going to power, oh god, this redstone torch is going to power this block, which is going to stop this from taking items and transferring items. Now, when this gets over 41 blocks, or 41 of the item and then 4 blocks, this signal strength is going to be powerful enough to activate the repeater, and then that's going to deactivate the torch and allow, which is going to depower this block, which is going to allow for the hopper to transfer its items. So what I'm going to have to do is do that 9 more times and get all the items, work out which one I'm going to do, and set up all the hopper sort of chain, I guess, that I'm going to have down here. And then I've also got to actually think of a way I'm going to get up here, which I could just use this and then go around the side, but we'll have to see if there's anything better than that, because I eventually want to get rid of this, because I think it kind of looks ugly. Okay, so I have now got all the items together. I'm going to use these stone bricks to pillar up for literally one reason only. It's the fact that my filler block is some stone, and it's like the only stone I have at the moment. I've spent quite a lot trying to get all this sorted, so yeah, I don't want to kind of have to deal with that at the moment. So what's going to happen is we're going to have that in there, we're going to have some rotten flesh, and basically the filler is to guarantee that this item specifically is never going to go into here. Now, there's this tiny potential that something like, you know, some stone might fall in there if, you know, yeah, if I'm building up here, like I'm building out of stone now. However, I've named it to filler. There's never going to be a block that is called filler that is going to be thrown into here and screw everything up. So that's perfect, because as soon as, even if I place down one of the filler blocks, as soon as I destroyed it, it'll just be back to stone. So it doesn't really matter too much, and we should have exactly enough in our inventory to hold all of these hoppers. And we should be fine and dandy as soon as these are done, and then we just need to basically make a small area where we're going to have the chests and some way to access it, obviously. And then this will all be done, which is pretty damn good. I think we made quite a lot of progress today, which I'm pretty happy with. So these 3 are remaining. So let's get that going, and obviously the glass bottles going as well. And those may seem useless, but they might be useful in some cases. Like, for example, sticks. If I, you know, get a ton of sticks, then I don't have to be using wood to make sticks all the time. And sugar may be somewhat useless considering we have a sugarcane farm, but if I'm going to be using that sugarcane for books or whatever, or yeah, just paper in general, it's nice to have an actual flow of sugar that we don't have to waste that stuff on. And yeah, should be pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to just carry on making the kind of hopper area for all this, put the chest down, put the hopper that needs to be here, and then just have the hopper chain going down to the floor. And I think that should be it for today, and then we just need to kind of do some cleanup. And then actually we do have to go over there and make some hopper minecarts as well, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Okay, so maybe I went down a few too many levels, but I guess it gave us working space. Is that a zombie up there? Which also gives me the point of I need to take hitboxes off, which is obviously a great way of finding blocks in the ocean. And that chest there really annoys me, those top ones. I feel like I'm going to have to change those at some point. You can get away from me. But we actually need to do one more thing. That's not the whole thing completed. I will keep it this way for the moment, while I work on a design for the floor and also for the way of getting up here, because obviously these are going this way. I could have them going this way, actually, to be fair, but I want to kind of keep it within the footprint I've already done. So I guess I'm going to try and do at some point some stairs, like go from like a flat area here, some stairs going up to like a center bit where maybe we could have that and some items or some like crafting tables, furnaces, whatever that we need. I can't really think of a reason why we need that, but you know, it might be useful to have kind of a workstation up here, or just something like that. Some more chests, maybe to hold some storage stuff. Maybe when these get full, we can transport them over to a bigger set of chests over there. We'll have to see. That's something for the future. So what I'm going to have to do now is work out how much iron I need, because I need 5 iron for each hopper, and I need 5 iron for each minecart, and then I'm going to need a chest as well. I've got quite a lot of wood going there. I've got a big tree, so hopefully that should be fine. So yeah, I'm going to get those hopper minecarts going, and we can close this thing up, hopefully. So I'll see you in a second. You know what? I kind of feel bad for the guy. I'm going to leave him though, because otherwise I'd be setting him on fire, and I think he doesn't really want that. But now I have all of the hopper minecarts. So we have the remainder in here. Annoyingly, they don't stack, so could be better. But what we're going to do quickly is we are going to place all of these in their respective areas. And yeah, gonna hopefully work out perfectly fine. Hopefully I don't accidentally miss or like double place any minecarts or whatever. Hopefully not. That'll probably be like the worst thing I could do, because then what I'd have to do is I'd have to basically like tear off the top of this place, and that would probably not be too fun. Now, how many do we need? We'll go from the other side because we should need exactly the same amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, is that? Yes, it is. So we'll go from this side and we should be fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, damn it. 4, 5, 6, and then finally, number 7. So the next plan is to take some stone slabs and cover this place up, and we should hopefully never have to worry about it again. Hopefully. I'll probably check up on it every so often to kind of see how they are doing. I might even pop some glass in every so often just to, or on this block so I can see them actually coming back and forth maybe. Actually, to be fair, that probably wouldn't be too useful considering just they're not going to stop only there, they're going to stop on different parts of it, aren't they? So, oh, and that's worked out well for me. We'll fix that later. So now we've got some stone slabs in circulation, which are never going to stop circulating because, oh, it's getting dark, because they don't have an out point. So what I'm probably going to have to do is just hope that I can pick up all these. That's going to be the first priority, or not. And then I guess just hope that I can get all the slabs out of the hoppers. But that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode where I actually don't know what we're going to do yet. I have to work something out. Maybe we can try and get to the end at some point, because I need, well, not the end, I meant a wither, because I need beacons, and I have the emeralds or the ability to get the emeralds for the beacons, so it'd be nice to have at least a speed 2 or haste 2 beacon, at least when we're mining. That would be a priority, and just generally around the place. So yeah, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.